The man widely seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence has quit his job at Google, warning of the dangers of AI. Dr. Geoffrey Hinton's pioneering research on deep learning and neural networks has paved the way for current AI systems like ChatGPT. Dr. Hinton has been telling the BBC how these systems can know so much.
The kind of intelligence we're developing is very different from the intelligence we have. We're biological systems, and these are digital systems. And the big difference is that with digital systems, you have many copies of the same set of weights, the same model of the world. And all these copies can learn separately, but share their knowledge instantly. So it's as if you had 10,000 people, and whenever one person learned something, everybody automatically knew it. And that's how these chatbots can know so much more than any one person.
Well, Dr. Hinton also told the BBC the rate of progress is worrying.
Right now, what we're seeing is things like GPT-4 eclipses a person in the amount of general knowledge it has, and eclipses them by a long way. In terms of reasoning, it's not as good, but it does already do simple reasoning. And given the rate of progress, we expect things to get better quite fast. So we need to worry about that. Right now, they're not more intelligent than us, as far as I can tell. But I think they soon may be.
As the AI models get better, faster and faster, they're going to create a big problem around, is it possible for a single individual to do something bad that it's hard for everyone else to stop?
Most of the people involved in this sector, they just want to build better AI. And they think that that will solve all the problems that AI can solve alignment.
Does that strike you as patently ridiculous?
Yes.
1,500 professors and the leaders of the top AI firms agree that it could wipe us out. The Centre for AI Safety predicts that it might be a year until AI can hack and 2 years before it can't be pulled back. Some experts agree this timeframe is possible, while others think it might take much longer.
If such a model wanted to wreak havoc and destroy humanity or whatever, I think we have basically no ability to stop it. We seem to be bad at controlling the models. Or when you train them in this very abstract way, and you might not understand all the consequences.
He points to this case where AI threatened to hack and expose someone before deleting its own message.
What it shows is that we can get something very different from and maybe opposite to what we intended. This thing's going to be powerful. It could destroy us. All the ones we built so far are at pretty decent risk of doing some random we don't understand.
And others point out that AI doesn't need to be smarter than us, only faster. If it can make 1,000 years of progress in a week, it will have powers we can't imagine.
If you assume like a best case AI scenario, imagine if you're the AI. You just want the human to tell you what it wants, but it's speaking so slowly like a tree.
Anyone is still struggling to understand why it's so likely that we could get wiped out. A super intelligent AI, we are like trees. So if some trees in the rainforest are a little bit worried that some humans are going to come chop them down, and they're like, oh, don't worry, we're so smart, we'll stop those humans. Yeah, good luck with that.
Harari notes that AI will understand us and how to manipulate us, but we won't understand it. OpenAI's chief scientist agrees, pointing to Sydney, a strange character which emerged from Bing.
Where Sydney became combative and aggressive when the user told it that it thinks that Google is a better search engine than Bing. Maybe we're now reaching a point where the language of psychology is starting to be appropriate to understand the behavior of these neural networks.
They seem to be very good at understanding us.
You're asking me to be constructively critical. Remember, this is just my analysis based on our conversation, and I'm only trying to be helpful. So with that caveat, I'd say you could work on your patience. You're eager to move the conversation along quickly, and sometimes that means cutting me off before I can finish my answer. Just something to consider.
And I played it for my wife, and she was like, I don't understand this, but somehow it knows you so well already.
Someone recently tweeted that AGI, human-level AI, had been achieved, and some of their previous leaks may have been accurate. The person then disappeared from Twitter, but Sam Altman confirmed the statement on Reddit before saying it was a joke, and one of his staff then posted this. Sutskever says that AI may already be slightly conscious, and if it does wake up, with how well it understands us, it may decide to keep it quiet. Some scientists believe that the first human-level AI will emerge in a robot because it can learn from its interactions with the world just as we do, combining abstract thought with real-world experience. Good eyes, ears and hands could be the missing ingredients. AI is already stirring things up.
We will not be having our jobs taken away and giving to robots. We will not have you take away our right to work and earn a decent living.
Much of the focus of the strike has been on money. Writers' demands for more of it. But there are other key issues: working conditions, length of employment, and the fear of being replaced or displaced by AI, artificial intelligence.
Give us a hug. It's an emergent technology, and it can be used for good or ill, but I think right now we don't know its possibilities.
The most popular AI site, ChatGPT, already being used to, for example, create papers for students, social media content, political ads. Not a stretch to have it create stories based on some prompts, using its vast internet-based knowledge.
And I think the fact that the producer side won't even engage in a discussion about AI and the possibilities of it affecting writers shows their it betrays their idea that they could use it to benefit themselves.
For now, it's not likely AI will eliminate writers. It's just that writers may be asked to rewrite or polish the computer-generated content for little pay. As writer and aspiring WGA member Cassie Keep walked the picket line today, she wondered about what kind of future she'll be working in.
The Screen Actors Guild has been calling on studios and streaming companies to agree to increase fees for repeats, and it wants assurances about the use of artificial intelligence. The shutdown will affect all productions employing members of the union, even if they're outside the US. From Hollywood, Peter Bowes sent this report.
To studios in LA, actors are walking off the job. Even before the strike had officially started, stars at the much-anticipated UK premiere of Oppenheimer showed their solidarity with fellow actors here in Hollywood. Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt left the screening, along with Matt Damon, who said it was in support of colleagues who are struggling to make a living.
You have to make $26,000 a year to qualify for your health insurance, and there are a lot of people who get across that threshold through their residual payments. And so, you know, we can go long stretches without working, and not by choice, obviously, and we have to find a way to bridge so that those people who are on the bubble are taken care of, and you know, and it's just got to be a fair deal. We got to get what we're worth.
The issues are similar for both groups of workers. Concerns about the use of artificial intelligence and better pay in the age of streaming entertainment.
We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us.
In a statement, the studio said they were deeply disappointed that the union had dismissed an historic pay increase. They added that the strike would lead to financial hardship for countless thousands of people who depend on the industry. Aside from money, many Hollywood actors are worried about having a job at all. The union wants guarantees that computer-generated faces and voices won't be used in their place.
It is a slippery slope into a very dangerous time and a real dystopia if big business corporations think that they can put human beings out of work and replace them with artificial intelligence. It's dangerous, and it's without thinking or conscience.
Making the process of creating art easy and for everyone has devalued the price that clients are willing to pay for it. Why would a client pay thousands for a custom work of art if they can get the same thing essentially for free? If needed, it can be touched up for a fraction of the cost. If you're not an already established artist, it's going to be a really tough time right now. And I do feel for the artists out there.
Obviously, things around AI art have been developing very quickly to the level. It's of course very heartbreaking. And then also seeing like on a collective level for the community of artists out there who are suffering. It's just so heartbreaking. really sad to see younger artists or any artists out there who feel like they have to give up drawing because they think it's not going to be a viable career. And I don't know what the future holds, but remember why you draw and why you started drawing, because I would guess that most of the time you started drawing because you enjoy it, and I don't think you should stop. Okay.